You know, for every husband that said he doesn't snore, I think I could find a wife that says he does. Charlie's wife was at her wit's end. She didn't know what to try. She was so tired from lack of sleep, she'd just drop down and die. And she'd just drop down to die. Because Charlie, when he went to bed at night, he would make the most awful snore. It would crack windows, the glass in the windows, and loosen floorboards on the floor. One day Charlie's wife said, "Charlie, I'm so worried for you, dear. This snoring could be fatal. It's for your life, I fear." She said, I swear, she said, "if you keep snoring like this," she said, and I tell without the word of a lie, that you might snore your liver up, and then you'll go and die. Well, he just laughed and patted her on the head. He said, "Oh, that's rubbish." He said, "That's just exaggeration. He said, I wouldn't snore like that." And snore your liver up, I've never heard such rot. Just a lot of superstition, Tommy rot. But Charlie's wife was determined this snoring she would stop. So she went and bought a bullock's liver at the butcher's shop. And while Charlie was snoring fit to wake the dead, she laid the bullock's liver on the pillow beside his head. She then went down to the kitchen to have a cup of tea. Then after a while, Charlie appeared at the top of the stairs. He was a sight to see. His face was white, his eyes bulged out, his legs shivered and shook. He grabbed hold of the railing. "By golly, you look crook." He said, "I thought you were joking about snoring your liver up." He said, "Oh," he said, "I did, by God." He said, "What an awful sight." He said, "I don't know how I did it." He said, "I can still feel the pain." He said, "It took me 32 cups of water, but I got it down again." That was written by a chap up the north coast called Bill Cairns. He's written a lot of funny poems. You know, we go along to schools a lot and try and encourage the kids to be involved with poetry, in the poetry scene. It's a wonderful pastime, I can assure you that. It's lovely to be involved in a bit of poetry. And we try and encourage the teachers to get the kiddies, if they can, to write some poetry, and if they can, to bring it alive. You know, if I stood up here and just said a bit of poetry to you, you'd probably all snore off and go. But if I can only bring it alive to you, you enjoy it as well as me. Now, this is a young teacher, and she got the little kiddies enthused, and she said, "Now you write something at over the weekend," she said, "and we'll read them out on Monday." Monday came, she said, "Anyone write the poems?" And half a dozen hands went up. "Yes, Daniel, you read yours." Well, Daniel said, "My name is Dan. When I grow up, I'll be a man, and I have a plan to go to China and Japan, and I think I can." That's not bad for a little fella, is it? So Sadie put her hand up. "Yes, Sadie. My name is Sadie. When I grow up, I'll be a lady, but my plan is to have a baby." Dan said, "Can I have another go, miss?" She said, "Yes, Dan." Well, he said, "My name is still Dan. When I grow up, I'll still be a man. But forget about China and Japan. I'll stay and help Sadie with her plan."
That's good.
And you know, there's so many yarns about poor old Dave and Mabel. But when they were courting, Dave and Mabel walked down to the paddock one day, and this bull's licking this cow and sniffing her and sort of following around, and Dave got a bit excited. He said, "Oh, Mabel," he said, "how would you like me to do that?" Well, she said, "You please yourself, Dave." She said, "It's your cow." You know, there was a very beautiful lady down here, and she had a car accident, very sad. The car caught fire and she was burnt over most of her body, and she couldn't get any good skin anywhere on the body to graft onto her face. So the husband said, I'll donate some. So they got a bit from the right cheek of his backside. They couldn't use the left cheek, he's had a great big pimple on it at the time. Anyway, they grafted the skin in. In 12 months, she was just as beautiful as she was. It was amazing how the skin graft took. And they're sitting in front of the television one night, she started to cry. He said, "What's the matter, darling?" Well, she said, "I just can't get over how good you were to give me that skin," she said, "and here I'm just as beautiful as I ever was." "That's nothing," he said, "I'm married and love you." He said, "That's no normal thing to do. But how am I ever going to repay you?" Look, he said, "Don't give that a thought." He said, "I'm very well repaid every time your mother comes over here and gives you a kiss on the cheek." This woman went on the first cruise and she thought she'd keep a diary. The first day one, We just boarded for the cruise. A lot of people on the boat, a lot of men, a lot of making passes too. But day 2, it's a lot of men on the boat, and I made a lot of passes every day. But I got an invitation from the captain to eat at his table. Day 3, the captain made an improper suggestion to me. I refused. Day 4, the captain said if I did not accede to his request, he would sink the boat. Day 5, last night I saved the life of 2,745 people.